Hey guys, Matt Lemke here with 3Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and we're back with another box breaking. This is level 99's Sell Swords Olympus. For those of you that are familiar with Sell Swords, this is the, in my opinion, long-awaited sequel. I love Sell Swords. Sell Swords is a two-player drafting game. I'm going to call it a Rochester because basically everybody knows what you're getting. I mean, you really can't Rochester with two players. It doesn't work, but it's a revealed. Well, we'll get to that in a second. It's a revealed draft. Everybody knows what everybody's getting. So one of the things that is highly improved with Sell Swords Olympus is their rules insert. It looks much nicer on the back. They actually have all the little full card descriptions with like their little cards. Which you didn't really get that in the first one. So, for those of you that are unaware of what Sell Swords is, like I said, it's a drafting game, but it's a little bit more than that in the sense that when you start to actually play the game, like let's say, I'm just going to grab a couple cards at random here, so I can show you. So, when you draft, like let's say these are the last two cards. And then we're going to get into the more traditional box breaking. But this game is a game that I've played a good bit. And I actually think the original version, I haven't played the expansion yet, which is also a standalone game, but can be played with the original version, is probably the best two-player game that I've ever played. So, let's say I'm playing orange. I draft Athena. Don't even know what Athena does. This is the last card. The other player would draft Achilles here, and Achilles would be blue. So, now, where's a land card? Let's say there's a land card here. We're going to use this one. Tartaros. No, we're not going to use Tartaros. So they have land cards that could be used to set up part of the board. And as you play, what you do is you build the board around whatever the central icon is, or however. Pull this down a little bit, and you can never go more than 5 wide in either direction. But what happens is it becomes Othello, right? So you're here. She played like that. So ignore any minotaur abilities on the next 2 tiles placed. Well, let's say that there's already 2 tiles that have been placed. Yeah, we'll just say, so this card is actually a card that you want to play later in the game because your opponent gets to decide this tile's orientation. And clearly, with it this way, he would decide that because the 4 defeats the 0. And, and basically what happens, let's see, let me give a better example here. Let's just use 2. Here we go. So this one lets you take another turn. We'll use that one because then when you play the actor here, the 2 defeats the 0, you would flip this and gain control of this creature. Most of the abilities are triggered abilities, basically, so when they come into play, they get played, or they're optional in the sense. This one would allow you to copy another ability on the table, but there are no other abilities on the table. Okay, so come back and watch the gameplay that I'm going to do, the gameplay overview of Olympus, and we'll get more into it. Now we're going to take a look at the cards because the cards are pretty key. But we're not going to talk about every card. We're just going to kind of, it's a card game, so we're going to flip through them. So we have Achilles heel here. Your opponent decides the tile's orientation. We have Alexander, Apollo. He has +1 to all combat numbers in round 1 and -1 to all combat numbers in round 2. Interesting guy. We have the architect, who gets to move in an adjacent tile. That's interesting. Wow, that's really good. We have Ares. Ow! You want him in the first game. Aristotle. Artemis. An athlete. A basilisk. Cerebrus or Cerberus. Cerberus. I don't know my mythology. Chimera. Colossus. Heh, little guy standing there. Really? Doesn't battle when placed. That's pretty good. Got Cyclops here. Got an Elder. Griffin, and of course, like I mentioned, they're the same card on the opposite side. Actually, we're going to flip them over because the blue is easier to see. We've already seen Athena, and we've seen the Centaur, and we've seen the Actor, and we've seen, well, no, you guys have not seen Aphrodite. She has Charm. And then we're going to take a look at the land cards, because the land cards are vastly improved. So you have Tartarus here. In fact, they're so much improved that in the first game I avoided using the land cards that they gave us. So this one actually affects drafting. During each phase of drafting, the first tile drafted each player is given to their opponent. So that's kind of interesting. And then you have Parthenon. If there is an empty space next to the Parthenon, you must place next to it. So the first 4 placements are going to be around this tile. That is interesting. And then you have Mount Olympus. Adjacent tiles give +1 point to their controller at the end of the round. So you want to be around this tile. And then we're going to go back to looking at... Oh, wait, there's another land card here. We have the River of Styx. At the end of each turn, player may move a tile. That's got some interesting things to do. So we have Zeus. He gives you points while you play. Generally, you score at the end of the round. Mount Olympus is giving you ways to score points or lose points during the round. That's really, that takes the strategy up another notch, I think. 3 Fates. Theseus. We have a teacher here who gives knowledge. We have a Spartan. I've got to read Spartan. Tile has +1 to its combat numbers for each adjacent enemy tile. Interesting. Socrates. When battling, this tile flips enemy tiles with higher numbers instead of lower ones. Very fitting. Socrates was a soldier and a philosopher. We have a Sculptor. We have the Satyr. We have a Priestess. We have Poseidon, who moves an ally tile. Oh, Perseus is kind of defensive. Do I have a Pegasus? We have Pandora. We have the Oracle. We have Odysseus. We have the Nymph. We have a Muse. You gotta have a Muse, right? Minotaurs? Or a Minotaur. Medusa. Adjacent tiles cannot be moved or swapped because they're stone. We have Manticore. I like Manticores. The Lamaya. Ooh. The Kraken. We have King Midas. Oh, wow. We have Jason. Icarus. Hydra. When this tile is flipped, its new controller flips any adjacent tile. That's pretty cool. We have Hermes. Does not battle when placed. Flip all tiles in a row or column. This is including itself. Whoa. Hercules has no effect. That's interesting. We have a Harpy. And we have Hades. Does not battle when placed. Flips all adjacent tiles to this tile. Then flip this tile. Interesting. Very cool. So inside Sell Swords, you get the rules insert that I don't know where I put it. You get the rules insert. Right? And you get all the cards for your drafting game that make your board. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys pick up Olympus or play it. Come back soon. I am going to do a playthrough overview type of thing on this because, well, it is that good. More people should be aware of Olympus. Have a good one.